Hey guys, today is Wednesday, August 10th, 2022. So I made a couple recent videos talking about the date August 11th, which is tomorrow, and I believe I decoded an event from Clues in iPetGoat 2. And I mentioned that I figured out that this probably represents not only the buck moon, you see the buck here, but the fish body represents the sturgeon full moon, which is the first full moon in August. One of the possibilities that I saw was something with Trump. I showed you guys the connection, the 322 connection with his birth date, and this would be Trump right here. And also the clues from this scene right here. I showed you guys how I figured out how the clue from the hangman in this missile to the house is related to the Australian bushfires. And I believe tomorrow there's going to be something related to the shark in this missile. I don't know exactly what it is, but also this is double layered, multi-layered, because I believe this represents August 1st as well, because he's holding up one finger and he is saying August, and he is the Skull and Bones president, which is 322, so August 1st in the year 2023. Not to mention that tomorrow is the 223rd day of the year, so it also represents tomorrow. But August 1st is a full moon, and it is another sturgeon moon, so I'm looking for an event next year on August 1st as well. However, I just want to say that I don't believe that tomorrow is necessarily going to be like an apocalyptic doomsday event, because I decoded several things in this classroom already, and most of them were school shootings and other shootings. This is related to the Epstein, him being hung. Again, I said this is related to the bushfires in Australia. So none of these events have been like doomsday events, but it's coming. But I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But one of the reasons why I say this is because I was expecting to see a big warning in the stock market if something like another 9/11 type of event was going to happen. And we're not seeing that at all. We're actually seeing the market from the last month. The Dow has gained like 3,000 points. It gained 500 points today. The Nasdaq went way up. The VIX, that's like the fear index. When that goes down, usually when the market goes up, the VIX goes down. So when that's like before 9/11, this was at 33. It's at 19 right now. So that's one reason, but it does not mean that we won't have a very big event tomorrow that will gain national headlines. So another possibility that I see for tomorrow is something to do with the cyber attack, because I see the connection with U.S. Cyber Command for August 11th. Again, I tell you guys to reverse the dates to see the connection. And so this is the founding date of U.S. Cyber Command. We see this 9/11 connection. Today we had a 9/11 connection. That's why I talked about the possibility for today, which the day's not over, but also U.S. Cyber Command gained full capability on October 31st, 2010 to August 11th. We have a perfect 9/11 connection. 9/11 forwards and backwards. And not only that, the gematria of this, we have a 41 here. So the word flash crash, that equals 41. And back on May 6, 2010, we had a flash crash of 1,000 points. Back then, when the market was lower, this was unheard of to have a 1,000-point drop. And you can see it equals 41. Makes it more interesting though with the 41 though, and because it's the 223rd day, which is Skull and Bones. Skull and Crossbones, you can say, is 223. But Skull and Bones is also 41, so we have a double Skull and Bones connection for tomorrow. So I don't have any doubt that I believe an event will happen. I just don't know how big. So I'm wondering also if it could be something with the NASDAQ, because that's tech stocks, NASDAQ, flash crash. That equals 61. And besides the 41, we also have a 61. And I mentioned before that there were two other dates that I'm aware of where the NASDAQ stopped trading completely. One was for 3 hours, which was on August 22nd, 2013. And you reverse the dates. And you have a perfect 9/11 connection with that. And another one was on June 29th, 2001 to August 11th. Again, if you reverse the dates, you see the connection. And you have a 322 connection to that. 20 years, 322 days, 1-3, multiple twos. So looking at the gematria and the connections with the NASDAQ and the US Cyber Command, that's one thing that I was looking at. But I thought the market would start to give warning signs if we're going to have a gigantic drop in the market. But I guess we'll find out. We'll see what happens. I just want to mention one other thing. A decode that I did a while back. I might have mentioned in my other video, but I just wanted to talk about something new. I believe this is a decode that relates to when Lady Gaga's dog walker got shot. Right here you see the man with a gun, holding a gun, walking a dog. And if you saw how I do the other decodes, I understand their mindset and how they code this. And you have the number 666 on the goat's head. So I believe this could be a decode relating to the number 666 and when the dog walker got shot. That happened on February 24th, 2021, which was an exact year before Russia invaded Ukraine on February 24th, 2022. But I went forward 666 days to December 22nd, 2022, right after winter. And what's interesting about that number is the hangman. That relates to the number 1222. It's because in the tarot deck, there's a set of cards called the Major Arcana. And this is the 12th card out of 22. So the hangman relates to 1222 or the date December 22nd. So, I mean, there is a big winter theme in Pet Goat. And I do believe that another big COVID variant will be here soon. I made a video talking about the name after Omicron is Pi, and I think that might happen later this month. I showed you guys a decode for August 28th. I didn't make a whole video on that, but I mentioned it. And that's my current date for Pi. We'll see. But we did have, I've seen a lot of articles like this in the past, and even recently. This one saying Fauci warns of a possible monster variant of COVID if the pandemic isn't stamped out with the vax. So I believe that's what they're planning, possibly. But I think something else is going to occur besides what's happening now. And if that happens, this December 22nd date, they're showing us it could lead to what? people being put into camps, it looks like. So take care, guys. That's all I got for this video.